platform is going in a different direction, and I blocked them and I blessed them. And then not 24 hours later, they went on this hate train against me. This and that. And there were hundreds of people that they did this to that I'm still working to get, because there are just so many people. Now, please tap the screen. I appreciate y'all in here. So then moving on. So they're doing their thing. Now they're on this Omar's page. Now this Omar person who is in the background was supposed to be a person who was my friend. But those moderators all went over there and used their persuasion to get him to put me on the page, and he believed them that I was doxing the moderators and I did this and did that. This man fell for the lies. And I don't care if nobody believes not one thing I say. I will go to my grave saying it. I never doxed them girls, and they know it. They know when all this stuff happened, I never did not one thing to them other than unmodded them, and I blocked them. That is it. Now, what has transpired was they went over there talking about, oh, she's a fraud, she's this, she's that, not showing any current things within the last 11 years or 12 years. Nothing fraudulent that police reports, no case numbers where it shows that I was convicted of a crime in the last 12 years of fraud and scamming people. This is just cynical speculation. I want y'all to understand what I just said. They running around this app saying that I'm a scammer and I'm a fraudster, but they have produced no police reports, no court cases where they show Ms. Hillary Sanchez was convicted of any felonies committing frauds and scams in the last 10 or 11 years. You will never find it. And that's the gag. That's the key, is that they're running around pushing false narratives like it's something that just happened yesterday, when in fact I do have a criminal history, everybody. I was the first one to admit it. Because see, when you tell on yourself, there's nothing to be told on. And I didn't owe TikTok no explanation. I didn't owe no one an explanation of my life and what I did in my life 15 and 20 years ago. I didn't sign up for that. But I simply addressed it because these haters and jealous people seem to want to put out a false narrative about things and make it seem like it was so relevant. So let me tell you guys one more time out of my mouth, because nobody can tell Ms. Hillary Sanchez story like Ms. Hillary Sanchez, because I'm the one who lives it. 15 to 25 years ago, I did have a criminal record. I changed my life. I paid my debt to society. I moved on with my life. Now, let me also note this. This man in the background also has felonies. He has multiple felonies, and he's been arrested for fraud also. And that was years ago for him too. But when they're trying to tell a story and telling people that they scammed them and they conned them out of this and that, they're not being honest. Because if you're going to tell somebody else's past, go ahead and tell your own so that everybody knows that you were a convicted felon known for scamming money and doing money scams and identity theft scams and all of that stuff that Omar from the Watts was doing and had done. Whether he got his record expunged or whatever happened in whatever state he was in, he still is a felon. Okay, so let's just keep that clear. Now, there were allegations of him hustling and scamming people, and I had a guest on my show who used to be one of his moderators named Moon. Not what Moonshine wasn't a guest, but I gotta think of the lady's name. Moon was a moderator, but I can't think of the lady's name off the top that used to be on his page. She may have been a moderator of his, but I had her on my show and we talked about Omar, and she had admitted that yes, he had sold someone that she knew some expired pills and medication last year on this app. I believe it was last year or this year on this app. I can't remember the date, but I do know for a fact that it was really, really viral at one point, that he was running around saying that he owned some type of wellness or vitamin company, and that he was selling these women expired pills and medication. I mean, vitamins and herbs and whatever else he was doing. He had so much going on, I can't remember the exact, so I don't want to lie on him, but it was along those lines. Tap the screen. So this is a person who said, okay, I'm going to do this and say this about Hillary, but you didn't tell them about you being a felon. And keep in mind that this Omar person is a nobody on this app. He's an opportunist who tap the screen, guys. Tap the screen. We should be at 40K. Tap the screen. We ain't tapping. I'm just gonna go ahead and go on my main page, because clearly I don't have a lot of supporters in here, because I got to keep saying tap the screen. But anyhow, I know you haters are in here. I know you're in here, Kayla. I know you in here, Danny. I know you are in here, Danny. I know your man behind is in here with your wiggity wearing wig self. So anyhow, Omar was saying all this stuff, and then because he don't have traction, all his mods decided, okay, we're going to try to reach out to Joe Netta. I don't know how it happened. This is just speculation. And so they decided to all team up against me. 4 mods that was less than my moderators. Not even 9 days was they moderators. I didn't even know who these girls were. And then Omar, and then they all gang up against me. And then they need a powerhouse, because none of them got smoke. None of them got a follower. None of them got a following. So they needed to bring out a big gun. And why not bring out my biggest person who I'm dealing with, which is Joe Netta. So they were talking, I assume, behind the scenes, planning out this mess of Joe Netta going on there and them talking about me and all of that stuff, which I don't care. I'm unbothered. And let me tell y'all something. I'm not bothered by my criminal past. I'm not bothered by my trials and tribulations. I'm not ashamed of anything I went through, but the lies that they come up with is unreal. The defamation of character that they come up with is unreal. It's unmatched. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something, and you, all you got to do is hold me accountable. I want you to hold Ms. Hillary Sanchez accountable for this. And I want y'all to screen record this for Omar from the Watts. He probably in here, or his, I know one of his, definitely one of his side chicks is in here, or his friend with benefits is in here. I know that they in here. So it is, let me be very clear. Let me say this again. Today is August 3rd, and it is now 2:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Omar